All right, so would a Zeta Reticulan be helping you with something specific, or is it circumstantial? Here's the, I don't know why they're saying this. Maybe they're just trying to be funny. Here's the rub. Uh, we have stereotypes. I talk about this kind of often because it's something we're trying to like, um, what's the word? Pull apart, remove from our awareness. Stereotypes are limits. Stereotypes create limits. So if we take this question and say, if a Zeta Reticulan is around us, why would it be there? What would the purpose be specifically? That's creating a limit of saying Zeta Reticulans are only here for XYZ, which creates a limit of stereotypes. See where I'm going with that? And it just creates more stereotype. It doesn't matter the galactic that's around you. They so first of all, they're not all here for a reason. Some of them are just friends. Some of them are spirit guides. We have spirit guides. It's up for you to figure out whether you do that on your own. You have a reading. I have a great set of readings through spirit art. One of them is a divine council transmission that does your whole divine team, like all of the spirit guides that are around you and why they're there. Some of them will literally say, I'm just here as a friend. I'm not here for any other purpose than to be your friend. That's it. I'm not a teacher, a guide of anything. I'm just here because I like you and I want to be here. And then many of them are, I am here for this and you are failing at that and you need to do this. Wake up, wake up, wake up. And some of them are more gentle in between, that type of thing. But you do have those teachers that are very much like in your energy field that are like, we're here to teach. This is what we're doing. We're not here to be your friend. We're here to do a job, to teach, to wake you up, to do that. And as you see me down, there's just some little flying bug running around my legs. So I was picking them up. But they're like, we're here to teach. We're here to do a job, teach you lessons. And it's because they're doing that too. By teaching you, they're growing and learning. And if you're not doing your job, then it's, if you think about it like a teacher in school, if the student isn't learning, the teacher gets frustrated because they've got to get the student to learn. Um, and so we do have galactics around us that are doing those types of things as well. Galactics that have found us and have been like, you know what? We're going to help you on a soul level. We've created an agreement to attract them into our lives so they can help us with something. It's never specific. It is individual to the person, the reality, the vibration, the existence they are living at, and the being that is working with them. So, not all beings are there because you need to be taught a lesson or you made an agreement or some stuff you decided, hey, I want to walk through the woods. I've never been in that space and something's there. I've had galactics find me that way that are just friends. There's no soul contracty type of thing. And just a friend, like you pass by and they're like, oh, I like your energy. I like your energy. Let's be friends. Chances are we were friends before and the universe just kind of put us in the right places at the right time, but there's no teaching type of thing to it. Now, some of them do come down and say, hey, you know what? I had this with one that, and it was a Zeta Reticulan who connected with me. And I was like, well, why are you here? And they're like, we're going to help work on your telepathy. We want to enhance your telepathy so you can get to a state of awareness of not sounding like a psycho when you're out and about trying to talk to us, or that you can get to a state of awareness where you can just feel us all the time and basically integrating their frequency so I could experience it more. And so I went to New Mexico, my very, very first trip to New Mexico years ago. I went out there and I sat with them at night. I did everything they said. It was a teaching type of agreement. Now, here's the thing, I did not have to do that. That was something that they came and said, like, do you want to do this? And I said, yeah, let's do this. I'm in. So because I committed to it, I also committed to them when I was out there and they said, sit down. And I'm like, okay. And I would sit down and they would work with me on on telepathy, showing me where ships are, telling me, look here, look there, telling me where beings were, talking about different concepts and just having conversation. And there were times where I said, I'm not doing that. And because I have free will and they have free will, as you know, the physical levels and stuff, there's more free will in that space. Because they can do their thing, I can do my thing. And I said no, and they'd be like, no, no, we want you to do this. I'm like, I'm not doing that. It's too dangerous. I'm not ready for this thing. Even though I trust what you're saying, I'm not doing that right now. They'd be like, okay, cool. And we'd go and learn something else. That's a Zeta Reticulan who taught me about telepathy. I'm going to shift a little bit. There are other Zetas out there. One has taught me about time travel. One has taught me about, I'm trying to think of some of the others. Like I have so many galactics that sometimes it's hard for me to think of specifics, but um, I'll just go through some of my other guys. I have a Naga who's a serpentine-like being who helps me with fear, helps me with removing fear of the stereotype collective energies, and even in my own internal self that I'm not aware of necessarily. So when there are beings around that uh, I have this like unconscious fear rise, they help me understand, one, is it mine, is it somebody else's, or is it collective, and how to process that so I can continue experiencing other beings and remove that stigma that we've programmed into ourselves. And so that's one of my Naga friends or guides. I also have met Nagas who are friends in a sense. There are Saurians who are not guides, but have like, it's like they weren't guides, but then they kind of came in and helped as a guide type energy with protections, and they're friends. Uh, but they're not specific. I've met other Saurians who aren't dealing with protections. They're just walking around helping people. Same thing, telepathy, healing modalities, other types of stuff. It all depends on the being you're working with. So it's important that if a Zeta comes down or an Arcturian, that we don't put them in a box. Think of it this way: if there was another planet and humans were traveling to that planet, and that planet started saying, anytime you meet a human, they are there to teach you how to heal this type of physical wound. I don't know. I'm just giving an example, but they are there to teach you how to heal something. I'm not interested in healing. If you know my work, I am a healer. I do healing through my art and stuff, but I don't do hands-on healing or physical healing types of things. Not my interest. I'm interested more in helping people communicate, and my spirit art, and then natural living, natural balance type of stuff. But then there'll be another human that comes along and they're super interested. All they do is healing work. They don't do the communication work. I've met people who they only focus on healing work. They know tons of modalities. That's what they do. And then you take another human, you bring them over, and all they do is quantum hypnosis work, helping you with past lives and past life regressions and healing energy. And another person comes along and all they're interested in is ancient civilizations and trying to piece together what actually happened on the various timelines. You see where I'm going with this? We have 4 humans, 5 humans, 6 humans, all interested in different things, all specialized in different things. It's the same with the galactics. It's the same with other beings. They all have different energy. They all have different intentions, interests, motivations. I have a Zeta, uh, Zeta Reticulan type energy, who is basically a taxi driver. He drives a ship, and that's what he loves to do. He's every time I see him, he's like, I just this is what I love to do. I love to take people from one place to another and help them with their journey. And then he goes and does whatever he does in his free time. But he's a ship captain. He's poof, here, goes all over the place. So they all have their own interests, and that's what we have to remember: is this stereotyping of them is not going to get us anywhere. We have to start seeing them as individuals, as unique, but also in a non-divisive way, in a non-fearful way, understanding they're different, but they're still full of love. Love you all. Let me know if you have any questions. Grateful for each and every one of you. And if you're interested in a spirit art reading, please visit awakenwithwillow.com to support this work. Thank you. Bye.